Hey guys, welcome back to the Snap Ring Chronicles. Today we have another set of ratchets to show you. But as always, before we start, if you can give me a like or consider subscribing if you find this channel interesting or helpful, I would appreciate it. Okay, today we have a set of Williams ratchets. I picked these up recently. I have these, the older versions of these same ratchets, but I picked these up because they look to be unused. And another thing is that these ratchets were made post when Snap-on acquired Williams. So I wanted to see what the difference is between like an old vintage William and a Snap-on Williams. Okay, Snap-on acquired Williams in like 1993, and these came out around 1997 if the date code's here. It has a particular shape 7, and if you look at the Snap-on date codes, this corresponds to 1997. And the other one has the same 7. These look like they were not used. And I got these in a set of 3. I also, in the set was this Williams M52A, a smaller ratchet, and also these Williams extensions came in the group. So I saw them and they look brand new, so I said, you know what, I might as well pick these up because it's rare you see a set of Williams brand new, especially these are the old ones with the ring that's threaded into the head. The retention rings are the old style threaded ones. So anyway, I found some interesting differences between these and the old Williams. Let me make some room here. Okay, here's an old Williams S52 Super Ratchet. And it looks similar. It looks similar to the newer Snap-on version. I'm kind of a Williams fan. I really like their ratchets, especially the S52s. I think that this style ratchet, I don't know, always had like style. It always had style to me. I don't know. I just like the shapes, the switches. I like the fact that it has a retention ring that's threaded, which is different than most ratchets. Okay, well, here's the old version, and this one has a super aggressive knurled handle. Well done, and it just feels, this knurling is like, I don't know if the camera is gonna pick it up. It's super aggressive and very nice. Very nicely done. Okay, let's look at the Williams Snap-on. This knurling is almost, I don't even know if you can call this knurling. It's like just lines. It's flat. It's pretty much flat. It's just cross-hatching lines. There's no knurling sticking up. If you look at it, you see there at the end, you see just little lines. There's not much knurling here. I mean, it looks knurled, and you probably officially you would call it knurled, but this isn't. It doesn't hold a candle to the old Williams knurling. And if you look at the 3/8 model, it's kind of lopsided. The knurling is like Okay, you see up here, there's knurling up here, and then when you go around, the knurling goes down to here. And it's not a very well done job here. It's just kind of sloppy. This one too, this one has a little bit more knurling, but not much. It's still pretty flat. Has a nice chrome though. The chrome is very nice on these. Okay, let's open this up. Okay, this took me a while to open, like a lot of Williams. These retention rings, threaded retention rings, they usually, I don't know why, but they usually stuck, and this one didn't have rust on it, so I just pounded them little by little around each catch there, and eventually it gave through with a lot of WD-40 and automatic transmission fluid and acetone. Eventually it came open, and here's the ring. And here's the mechanism. Okay, I took apart the mechanism already because I wanted to save a little bit of time, and these can be a pain to get back together and take apart. So here's the switch. It has a hole that's bored straight through, and it has like shallow cutouts for the pins of the pawls, and those pins help keep it from rotating all the way around. And here are the parts. There's the pin for the pawl. Here's the pawl. Here are the two ball bearings that go in the switch. And here is the spring that goes between the ball bearings and the switch. If you want to see how to take this apart and put it back together again, I have a video posted that shows the whole teardown. I didn't want this to be like a half-hour video, so I just pre-tore this down to show you some what's inside here. Okay, here's what I found interesting inside the head. I don't know if you're gonna pick this up too good. Let me try to zoom in here. If you look inside the head, it's kind of bored. They bored the teeth and the head kind of sloppy. I don't know if you can see down here. You can see there's like metal pieces still sticking, like it wasn't cleaned up. And you can see them pretty good here. And these are just metal, like little tabs that never got cleaned up after they bored this out. And let me see if you can see this. The teeth ain't too bad, but they kind of have like they're kind of rough in spots. Like in between the teeth, you can see. I don't think you can pick it up here. In between the teeth, you see like little lines, little cutout lines, and I don't think this was from use, because if I looked at the paws look pristine, so I don't think this saw much use. So I can't say this was from use and abuse. And let me see what I was looking at before. It's just, there was an area that was pretty rough in the teeth. Let's see if I see where that. But anyway, you see what I'm talking about. You see down there, there's like all this metal, like pieces, like just sticking out. Hasn't been cleaned up. Okay, that's the head. Here's the mechanism. There's two pawls on this mechanism. This looks pretty well done. This mechanism housing looks pretty well cut. Everything looks pretty decent here. Like I said, those are the two balls. They go on each end with the spring in the middle. Be careful taking out this switch because that spring has a lot of tension in it, and these balls are gonna they're gonna fly out. And I would do it inside like a little sandwich bag or something, a little plastic bag, and just stick your hands in there and do it. So to keep these balls from flying all over the place. Another interesting thing about this ratchet I'd never seen before is this pawl. The pawls, it has two pawls, one on each side. They have 3 teeth each. And it looks like they took 3 pawls and pressed them together. You see 1, 2, 3. They pressed them together and they're held together by pins. You see the pins there? And there's another pin here. I've never seen that before. I don't know why they did that. You can see the 3 slabs, 3 little pawl slabs. I'm not sure why they did that. Maybe it was a manufacturing shortcut. Maybe it adds to the strength. I'm not sure. But I've never seen a pawl like that, made up of 3 pieces that were held together, pressed together by pins. Very interesting. Okay, here's the 3/8 model. Again, hard to get out the ring. Don't ruin your rings. Don't beat them into oblivion. Like, you know, have a little patience and eventually they'll give, but don't make them look horrible. I've seen where people have like really went into trying to get these out and they ruin the rings and it looks terrible. Okay, here's the 3/8. It's also 2 pawls on this mechanism. So you can see here, these pawls look brand new. They look sharp. They don't look like they were used at all. There's three teeth per pawl, per side. I'm not going to take this apart, but I just wanted to show you these teeth. And I think maybe you can see it here a little bit better. You see all those like little rough lines in between the teeth. You can feel them with the pick. This too, not as bad as the 1/2 inch. This too has like metal kind of like hanging off the edges a little bit. Not as bad as the other one though. Like it wasn't bored out too good. Oh, and here, this is what I was talking about before. You see where they bored this out, the tooth, and then like the metal right next to where they bored out the teeth is all rough and like pitted. I mean, it shouldn't affect the teeth or the function, but it's just, I don't know, it just looks a bit rough. The older Williams ratchets, like the one I showed you before, they seem to have better fit and finish inside than these. So that's one thing. But these are the Williams. I guess this was the last batch. I don't know when they stopped making the ones with the rings, with the retention threaded rings. But this is from '97 supposedly, so maybe they made it into the 2000s with the rings. I'm not sure because I see a different one now. They have a round head for sale now that I've checked out on Amazon, and it's kind of a different design. It's the same shape head, but you can tell that the switch is different. It has like a bolt or screw in the middle to take off the switch. It doesn't have the round threaded rings anymore. So okay guys, I'm not gonna put this together, but like I said, if you want to see a video on how to take these apart and put them back together, I have a video. I'm gonna put it in the description box, so in case any of you want to see how it goes to take one apart and put one back together. Okay guys, until next time.